The subject matter I want to discuss is what is wrong with marrying a lady that is richer than you. As a man, what is wrong with marrying a woman who is much, much wealthier than you are? Maybe she earns a lot more than you do. She has a business that is making her much money than your salary can provide. Most men feel insecure. They don't feel comfortable when their wife earns more money than they do. That feeling of insecurity, jealousy, not knowing how the woman will treat him, and particularly Africans that live in Europe, Africans that live in America have this problem. A wife can be very, very humble, very, very submissive when she's got no job or when she has a low-paying job. But maybe by retraining herself, she will go into tech, she will go into the medicals, maybe becoming a nurse, and she will start earning more money. You will see often that such a relationship will start having problem instantly. The woman with money more than the husband will now start feeling that she is the one bringing more to the table. And before you know it, she will begin to disrespect the husband. She begin to attract attitude, display characters that she didn't have before. Why is it? Asian ladies, Indians especially, have this cultural value of respecting their husbands, of submitting their husbands, of not allowing their money to get into their head, to the point of lording themselves over their husbands, to the point of developing attitude of disrespect, disregard to their husbands. Why is it only Africans, particularly Nigerians, that have this problem of looking down on a man the moment you start making more money than he does? So if you are a man and you want to get married to a lady and that lady has more money than you do, you have to reevaluate that decision. First, check your motive. Are you going in because you want someone to take care of your bills? You want somebody that has wealth that you can enjoy? Do you have honest intention of going into that relationship? That's the first question you have to settle within yourself. Then you have to look at the woman's ego trip. Is she arrogant? Can she respect you? Can she submit herself and be under you and recognize you as the head of the family? Can she, with all her money, all her influence, all her contacts, all her connections, still submit to your leadership as a husband? That temptation to display arrogance will always be there. That temptation to remind you that you are worth less than herself is always there. And when these problems are manifested, you feel worthless, you feel dehumanized, you feel disrespected, you feel humiliated. And when you react, then the marriage will begin to feel crack. And before you know it, there will be a disconnect. And the next phase will be separation and divorce. So you must learn, or you must know that you should concede some privileges. When your wife has a business that is bringing much money to the table than you are doing, you may have to concede some principles which ordinarily you would not have want happen. Now she pays these children's school fees and the children are schooling in elite schools. She wants to live in an elite neighborhood and she has to pay for that. That has taken your dignity away from you to some reasonable percentage, because she pays or she buys the house. She pays majority, if not of taking the children's school fees. So and when a woman pays your bill, your dignity is affected. Your dignity is affected unless she is the type that has the maturity not to see those possessions as belonging to her, but belonging to you as a family. If she has no ownership to those resources, no personal attachment to those resources, then it becomes easier for you to put up with. There are women that receive salary, kneel down and submit to their husband for the use of the family. And then the family will plan on how to utilize that resources to the happiness of everyone. And even the neighbors will not know what is going on within the family. But once you have married the arrogant type that see what she has as belonging to her and what you have as belonging to you all, then there's going to be a problem. If you can't allow her some privileges, like I said before, then chances are that friction will have to set in. Remember, if it's a business that may have to take her out on trips, take her out on late night meetings, if you feel jealous and insecure, then you will have problem with her. So most of these things has to do with the kind of training that a woman has. Some are considerate and sensitive of the feelings that the husband is likely going to have, and they will be able to give them that assurance. They will assure their husband of their loyalty, of their fidelity and trust. So it makes it easier for the man to bear and for the man to relate. And then with that understanding, they will relate amicably. But what you should know is that money reveals the true character of the individual. A man can be married to a woman. At inception, she has nothing. And maybe she will give her money to set up a business in a particular location. And the business will start to boom. And the more money she's beginning to have, you begin to notice that she is taking too much. Disrespect will begin to come in. Arrogance will begin to set in. She begin to keep certain friends that you don't like. She begin to attend certain parties. She begin to belong to certain clubs and societies that you are not comfortable with. You are seeing her with friends that will corrupt her. She begin to acquire lifestyle that you are uncomfortable with. She begin to buy things that will distract her from the unity, from the harmony that you want to feel in building a united family. And when you can't tolerate these things, crack will set in. Before you know it, there will be a divorce. So you have to think many times before you get involved with somebody who is wealthier than you are. If you know you cannot feel secured, don't go into it. If you know you don't have that courage to put up with most of the issues that will come up along it, don't do it. Most ladies have spent their youth pursuing money. They have acquired wealth by any means that they feel is necessary for them to get those wealth. And when they were pursuing this, they have no intention of settling down. Now, they have begun to age and want to settle down with a man. And they now want somebody that they can call a husband. Possibly, that person will not have the kind of money that they have. They will take that person in as a husband. So, these kind of people are looking for a Dundee to use. They are looking for somebody to use. They are looking for a pet in the house. They are looking for an idiot in the house who will tolerate their excesses. And such a man knows that he has no say in that house. The woman provides everything that is required to run the home. She meets all the bill. So you are more or less a visitor, a servant in the house. And when you try to question most of the things she's doing, particularly when she's the type that has no discipline, she will kick you out of the house. So reevaluate your reasons, your considerations for choosing to marry somebody who is a lot more wealthier than you are. That's the message. Ucheka is the name, and I want to say thank you.